Didik TV KPM.
Okay, we move on. This is on section B, structured questions. So from my analysis, the type of questions they can ask you in section B are such as this. Name a compound using IUPAC nomenclature, or they will ask you to draw the structural formula of compounds, and then they can ask you to state reagent, condition, and observation. They can also ask you to complete the equations or state reagents and condition for the synthesis of a compound. And last, they can ask you to state or explain the physical properties. So the question on this part, on this section B, normally it is simple and compact.
Okay.
Okay. So we move on to example questions.
Number 1.
This is structured questions from 2017. Draw the structural formula of a major product formed when menthol reacts with the following reagent: sodium, hot concentrated sulfuric acid, hot acidified potassium manganate 7, and ethanoyl chloride. So here, when we look at the structure of the menthol, we can see there is one functional group in menthol, which is hydroxyl.
Okay.
So this hydroxyl can be classified, this menthol can be classified as secondary alcohol. So how are we going to answer this type of question? Since the functional group is hydroxyl, from the homologous series of alcohol, alcohol can react with sodium to form a salt, which is a sodium alkoxide, and it will release hydrogen gas. So this is the part where the conversion occurs from the hydroxyl, and then you have the O and A there.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
and then next, here, the reagent is hot concentrated sulfuric acid. So what will happen to hydroxyl once it reacts with hot concentrated sulfuric acid? Here, dehydration of alcohol occurs to produce alkene. But when you look at this structure of menthol, okay, the structure of menthol, it can produce two different structures of alkene. It can produce two different structures of alkene because as we can see, here, we have NH here, okay, and then we have NH here. So there are two carbons containing hydrogen there. So dehydration will occur here or it will occur here to produce two different alkenes. So which one is the major product? Because our question asks for a major product. Between these two alkenes, which one will be the major product? So here we have to follow Sitzeff rule. What is stated by Sitzeff rule? Sitzeff rule states that the more substituted alkenes are formed preferentially because they are more stable than less substituted alkene. What does it mean? Less substituted,
Yes,
more
teacher.
substituted?
I'm not understand, teacher.
Okay, so I will explain. So here, when we look at the two alkene, the top one, okay, the top one here is the carbon-carbon double bond.
Okay.
So these are the atom or group of atoms that are bonded to the carbon-carbon double bond. As we can see here, this carbon double bond contains a substituted alkene. And then for the second one, the bottom alkene, as you can see here, this is the carbon-carbon double bond. But the carbon-carbon double bond only bonded to hydrogen. There is no substituted alkene. So that's why this is considered as the major product.
Okay.
Okay,
The
we
next
move on
one.
to the next reaction. So this one is oxidation of secondary alcohol to produce ketone. So what happened here? The hydrogen from the hydroxyl group is lost along with the hydrogen bonded to the carbon alpha, or the carbon that is bonded or attached to the oxygen. The remaining oxygen then forms double bond with the carbon to form what we call as homologous series ketone.
Okay.
Okay, next. The last reaction is esterification. Esterification occurs between the alcohol and ethanoyl chloride. So as you can see here, this is the functional group ester or homologous series ester.
Okay. And this is a new question, right?
Now, oh, not yet. This is the same question.
Okay.
So now you have to answer the question. They ask you to draw the major product. So from the major product, you have to put inside all the tables only the major product. As you can see here, if you draw the major product with the side product for 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is wrong. You cannot write like this. You have to answer according to the question. The question asks you to give a major product, means one major product. So this here, for number 1, H2, hydrogen gas, is a side product. No need. We need only the major product. And then for the number 2, again, you write the water molecule. Water molecule is also the, what again? Akmal, do you know what is water molecule here? Sama macam H2. Kita panggil apa tadi?
Side product, cikgu.
Yes, correct, Akmal. So again, this is wrong. Just only write the major product. And then for the third one, also please, students, do not write
H2O.
water. That is wrong. Okay, so without water, you only have one major product. And the last part, this is the structure of the major product. Again, do not write the side product, which is HCl.
Okay. That means, teacher, how we want to draw the structural formula of a major product? That means mostly all the students banyak buat mistake macam ni lah kan, cikgu?
Yes, correct. This is the common mistake done by students. So please, students, remember, when you are to write or to draw the major product, focus only the major product. Side product is not a major product.
Okay, all right. That's one of the tips and tricks, right, teacher?
Yes, correct, Akmal.
Okay. Next question.
Thank you, Akmal. All right, next question. This is a structured question from 2018. The reaction scheme for the preparation of 3-nitrobenzoic acid from benzene is shown below.
Okay.
Which identify reagents X, Y, and Z. So how are we going to tackle this kind of questions? We have to look at the reaction scheme given. From the reaction scheme, you start off with the starting material, which is benzene. Then benzene undergo a reaction with reagent X to produce ethyl benzene. And then next, ethyl benzene undergo a reaction with Y to produce benzoic acid. And then from benzoic acid undergo nitration with Z to produce 3-nitrobenzoic acid. So from here, you can identify type of reaction, which is Friedel-Crafts alkylation to produce ethyl benzene. And then next is oxidation, and last is nitration. So the correct reagent for X is chloroethane in the presence of AlCl3, which is a halogen carrier, so that the substitution can occur on the benzene ring. And then for reagent Y, it is acidified potassium manganate 7 and heat, or you can write KMnO4, H3O+, and heat. So students, normally heat is considered as condition, isn't it? But this time around, for this question, you have to put heat as the reagent. Why? Because without heat, the oxidation cannot occur. So heat has become the reagent. And then last, reagent Z, using a mixture of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. So all this will give you 1 mark for each correct reagent.
I see. Okey cikgu, untuk yang soalan macam ni kan, structure question bagi section B kan cikgu, apa yang kesilapan yang sering dilakukan oleh calon-calon STPM ni cikgu?
Okey, biasanya pelajar dia suka untuk tertukar-tukar. What are the type of reagent and what is the type of the reaction that occur? Why? Because pelajar-pelajar lupa what are the reactions or the chemical properties of the compound involved. Jadi, it is very important for students to know the chemical properties for each functional group so that you can tackle this question correctly.
Didik TV KPM